comprend? Oui. Okay. Bon. So, I'm switching to English now in case you don't realize it. When you teach for 34 years or more, there are inevitably classes which, for some reason or other, sort of are special and are memorable. One of those classes was the class of 1996. I know you thought I was going to say it was you. They were one of my shoo-shoo classes, and I was known to have had a few over the years. So one day, when students said to me, "Miss," said I, "are we your favorite class of all times?" And I said, she was quite disappointed, and I said, "No, you're not." So she said, "Oh." So I told her then that my favorite class was the class of 1970 in St. Pierre Loca. And she says, "Wow, my mother was in that class." It was Joyce Bissonnette's daughter of Charlotte. So she said, "What made them so special?" I said, "Well, right now I don't exactly remember what I said to her. It must have been something very wise. But I said, as I was thinking of tonight, it sort of all came back to me why this class was so special. On the first day, we had no desks, we had no equipment, the place hadn't been cleaned since God knows when. So we made an executive decision, Nelson Harper and I, and we said, we're not going to start school until everything is clean. So we delayed the opening, much to the distress of the poor people at the Régional de Montagne, because what were these English people doing to, not starting school? Okay. So, because we had no equipment, nothing at all. You guys weren't there, you didn't realize how bad it was. So Nelson and I took as many shopping bags as we could gather. We went to the storeroom at the Régional de Montagne and we raided all the tablettes, all the shelves. We took staplers, we took paper, we took chalk, we took eraser board, we took everything that we could get our hands on. And then we said, okay, after they cleaned up, okay, we're going to open. We had no PA system, but we had Mrs. Bush. And Mrs. Bush was given a handbill, and she would go up and down the corridors, singing the beginning and the end of each class, which was never the same length because it depended on how busy she was in the office going, oh, my shattered nerves. You remember my shattered nerves? Anyway, so that's how we got around not having a PA system. We had no cafeteria, but we had a Coke machine. And in those days, it was forbidden. We were not allowed to have Coke machines in the schools. And the Coke machine is what, in part, was the money from that went to produce this yearbook. That's how we made the money from it. So you guys drank a lot of Coke. We were told that we had to have fire drills, okay? But we had no fire alarm. So we made Mr. Franco honorary fireman. And it was Mr. Franco's responsibility, whenever he felt like it, to declare that there was a fire. And mostly it happened on nice days so that we could all go out in fine weather and pick apples out of the orchard, which we were also not supposed to do. So mostly we were free to do whatever we wanted to do. That's why it was such a good year. And though we were sent to the boondocks, because let's face it, that's learning centers, we managed to have a lot of activities. We had dances. Well, nobody was going to come all the way to Oka, so we used to cancel classes and have dances in what we call the rec room. I think it was called the rec room. Regularly during the day. We had a newspaper. We had a yearbook. We had a prom. We had a variety show. And we even canceled classes to watch the World Series. But mostly, we had a group of rambunctious, rebellious kids who made the best of a tough situation, and you didn't complain, but who rolled with the punches and were resilient in the face of many difficulties, starting with never knowing if the bus was going to make it up the hill in front of the monastery during the winter months. So when I look at you now, I see a group of adults who are strong, who are generous, who are community-minded and determined. And I can't help but think that that year at St. Pierre d'Oka must have been, in a certain part, maybe a large part, of what you have all become today. So I want you to raise your glasses to my best class ever. Thank you.
You have permission to go.